Hi, my name is Michelle Bovee. I work for the Hopkinton Public Library in Hopkinton, Iowa. And this is in the Maquoketa Valley School District in Hopkinton, Iowa. At the Hopkinton Public Library, I am an assistant librarian. I have worked there for 6 years. It's been awesome. Right now, our library is doing a back-to-school supply drive where our library is purchasing backpacks to fill with needed supplies to families in need. You know, because of these times with COVID and not being able to work, there's families that might not be able to afford, you know, their essential supplies to send their kids back to school. So our library is doing this drive, and I saw that you guys have 50 packs of earbuds, and you were saying to make a video to get some free earbuds. And even though I'm not an educator, a teacher per se, I feel I'm still an educator as a librarian. So I'm going to answer these 7 questions for you, and we'll see how it goes. If I get accepted, that's great. If I don't, it's all good. So anyway, question 1, I pretty much answered that. Again, Michelle Bovee. I work for the Hopkinton Public Library, which is in the Maquoketa Valley School District. The library is in Hopkinton, Iowa. Very, very small town. I'm assistant librarian, and I've worked there for 6 years. Let's see. Why did you start a career in education? Well, I started a career with at the library. I always wanted to be a librarian. I've had a great love of reading since I was a child. I remember my dad reading to my siblings and I when we were younger, and I was just always completely engrossed in the stories that he did. He did funny voices for us, and he just made it fun. And ever since then, I've always loved reading and books, and just my passion has just grown as I got older. I've just always loved to read. Question 3, if you could have, what would it be and why? I actually wanted to be a telephone operator also when I was younger. As a kid, I thought it'd be really cool to, you know, do those switchboards, like, you know, connecting. You know, I know they don't do that anymore because I actually did get to work as a telephone operator for a couple years. The place I was working at closed down, though. I was like completely devastated because I loved that job. I loved it because, you know, I was just able to help people connect with their loved ones, you know, especially people that were trying to make an international phone call. You know, most people really don't know how to do that. And so I was able to give them the steps on how to make this call internationally and, you know, actually connect them with their loved ones if they've been trying to reach them for a long time and they couldn't. And it just made me feel really great to be able to connect loved ones. You know, if somebody was, you know, from the United States trying to get a hold of their loved one in Africa, I was able to help them do that, and it made me feel really great. Okay, let's see. Question 4. How are kids different from 30 years ago? Well, being a kid myself 30 years ago, I'd say we were engaged more. We were, you know, more into the real world. We didn't have phones. Computers were still new and not nearly as widely used. Video games, we had some, but they weren't as crazy popular. So we spent a lot more time actually, you know, playing with our friends outside, or actually just being outside. While, you know, now kids, they may be sitting together with their friends, but everybody's got their noses in their own phones. Or, you know, even in the case with my niece, she's, you know, she's playing a game on her phone with a friend, but the friend is like, you know, 30 miles away, you know, on her phone. So I don't know, we were just definitely more engaged in the real time as opposed to, you know, on our electronics all the time. Number 5 is the question, how is teaching different? Well, this I don't know because I'm not a teacher and I don't have any children myself, so I wasn't ever able to, you know, observe any teaching, you know, being done or anything like that. I would think that it would be harder to engage and keep kids' attention, especially if phones are allowed in classrooms, which I know that they still are some places. You know, it just seems the kids, they all have to constantly keep checking for updates on their Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook. And I just think it would be really hard, you know, if electronics or their phones, you know, to, you know, keep those kids' attention to say, stop looking at your phone, you know. Okay, question 6. What would you tell someone right now that is thinking about becoming a teacher? I would say if you truly have a passion for teaching, if you have compassion for children, you definitely need to have a handle on your patience. I would say definitely go for it. Teaching is very rewarding, you know, to actually be able to see the results of your teaching actually working, and children, you know, coming alive with knowledge that they didn't have before. I just think that would be extremely rewarding, and that would be great. So, let's see. Question 7. What is the one thing that you would change to help kids learn better? I would definitely go with a universal rule with all schools to not allow any sort of electronics into the classroom. These have become too much of an obsession with kids, and definitely distraction. And we all survived, you know, 30 years ago without phones or tablets in the classroom, and we're just fine, and we're better for it. So I think that, you know, we can do it, they can do it. You need to just unplug while you're in school. You don't need your phone, so you'll be fine for 8 hours without your phone, without checking your Snapchat, updating your Facebook. So so that's the 7 questions. I hope it's okay that I'm not, you know, an educator, but I'm a librarian that is just trying to, you know, help kids get supplies and fill up our backpacks for our library. So I hope this is okay. So thank you. Bye.